We broke back out Old Faithful for this one. Welcome to part 41 of the book of Revelations. And as promised, we are covering the 12th chapter of the book of Daniel. And this will finish out the book of Daniel this way. And it'll be done, and all the Daniels will be up. So this one's going to be titled the book of this is part 41 of the book of Revelations slash the final part of the book of Daniel. So it's still part of the book of Revelations though, so I will put in the description box that it is the final part of the book of Daniel as well. Now, before I touch on this, let me give you all a heads up and a warning, because a lot of people are celebrating tonight as New Year's or New Year's Eve and celebrating the old year out, New Year in, and you're going to come in tomorrow with your little dinners or whatnot with your stupid traditions and superstitions of eating cabbage and or such weird stuff like that, eating and drinking certain particular things just to make the new year better and so forth. Or a lot of people like to believe whoever you spend New Year's with, you'll be spending the whole year with them and stuff like that. That is not true. None of those are true. Those are traditions of men. Those are silly superstitions. Those are old wives' fables. And you're believing and buying into them. You're going to get yourselves in a lot of trouble doing these things. So you better come out of that stuff. But anyways, let's break on in here to Daniel 12. And at that time shall Michael stand up. Now see, this ties in with the 12th chapter of Revelations because of Michael. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Now pay attention here, people. Listen real good to what Michael is telling you. Listen real good to what Michael is telling you. Listen to what is being spoken in this chapter of Daniel, what Daniel is telling you. Listen to what happens. Verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth, that's even Daniel, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. there are some references there that I feel that we are to follow. So I'm going to do that. Um, Going the wrong way here. Going over to the book of Matthew for a moment. Matthew 25. Just to expound on this. There it is. Now this is Jesus talking. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. And then we've got a Revelations 20:12. So let me pop over here since we're already in Revelations 2:20. And 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of these things which were written in the books according to their works. And then it refers from there back to 7:10 in Daniel. And are we following that? Well, let me see if it's something that should be followed. Then yes. Well, you tell me. I'm going to let y'all be the judge on this one. I'm going to read it. And you tell me if this ain't stuff we've seen as of recent. And a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. 10,000s ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. You see, a fiery stream. Wonder if we've seen anything like that at all. Now, getting on back into the original Daniel 12 and verse 3. Now, these people are going to awake, though. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness. Pay attention to this. They that be wise, that means teachers, shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. Do you know what the brightness of the firmament is? And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Those that turn people to righteousness by being wise teachers and teaching the Word of God, the truth of it, about what sin is and what not like that, are going to shine, they're going to shine as the stars of the firmament, or they're going to shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. And who are the stars? One of the stars came down and spoke to the shepherds in the field, Gabriel. And he led them to Jesus, where Jesus lay. So who are the stars? They're the hosts of heaven. They're the angels. So you're telling me the fivefold ministry is no more and we have no more teachers? No, that's not factual. God is the same always. If he made teachers before, he's making teachers now. People are just not listening. Granted, there are fewer in number, I'm sure. But God is the same always. Let's get on into this. Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. This book was sealed. People weren't going to understand it until it was time. It was sealed. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. You want to tell me that that has not happened and that knowledge has not increased and that people ain't running to and fro? What do you think all these little airplanes is? And all this stuff going on. People always running to and fro to somewhere. And yet they still don't know where they're going. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on the other bank of the river. And one said, to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And if we look back at chapter 8, we see some more of this. So we're going to pop back over here to chapter 8 for a minute to see if we can get a little more understanding of that. 8 and 13. Then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden underfoot, which means delivered. To give them both to be delivered. And there's one more, yes, Mark 13:4. Let's just jump over here to Mark 13:4 right quick and have a quick gander at that one. And we'll see if we can gain any knowledge from that. Because these are about the time. And 4. Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign when all these things shall be fulfilled? My recommendation is finish reading the rest of that 13, Mark 13. We're going to jump back over here into the book of Daniel. And we see that there are more references from this one. So I'm going to